Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to discuss about another very important topic related to ngStyle, where we will learn how to bind a component property object with a div in HTML. Okay, and these all things we will be doing with the help of ngStyle attribute directive. But before we proceed further with this session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic, because for time being we are just mainly focusing on how to use ngStyle directive for binding the component property, maybe object, through ngStyle. Okay. Now the question comes, how we are going to proceed in this session. So we are going to proceed in the very similar way. Firstly, we will talk about the requirement, because once requirement is clear, then you are good to know what all things we are supposed to add as a prerequisites. Okay, so in prerequisites discussion, we will discuss what all modules are needed, how to create the object, what all values should be there in object. Once these all things are added, means the prerequisite things are added, then as per the requirement we will start building the code from scratch itself. Okay, and at the end what we will do, we will simply verify the output with the concept that we have learned for the ngStyle. Okay, so I think now we are good with the agenda, like what we are going to do in this session. So I think now it's time to start with the coding itself. So for requirement, I'll tell you, like what I'm going to do here is I want a text written in a specific font color, specific font size, and to that text I don't want to apply the property directly in the HTML file. Okay, so if I go to HTML file, suppose there is one head. Okay, let's go with the heading first. So first heading is coming as Angular directives demo by Sharmit. So we will add another heading so that it will give you the idea what we are going to do here. So here I will write binding to a component property object. Okay, using ngStyle directive. Perfect. So this is our main target for the session. Now what I wanted to do here, suppose there is one div. Okay, on this div I have written one text, let's say welcome to the Sharmit podcast. So this is the text I want to highlight on my user screen or browser. Now one way is to directly apply the style here. So let's say if we go with a manual approach, so we can write a style, then we can write here color. In color we can select any color, for example blue. Then we can write font size. Okay, so here font size is hyphen, so let's say 100 pixel. So these are the two things I want to apply to this text. So what do you think, will it be impacted this line? Let's see. So what we will do now, we'll run this application ngserve -- open, enter. So it will take few seconds and then it will check the code and provide you the output. So you can see now text is coming in a 100 font, I think 100 pixel we put, right? Yes, and also it is coming in the blue color. So this thing is completed, but this is not we are exactly looking for, because here are few drawbacks. Drawbacks means it is not customizable. That means at a runtime if you want to change any value like color or font size, it won't be possible. Why? Because we are just normally using the style attribute. So instead of style, what we are supposed to use in order to make it dynamic, we will use ngStyle, which is a attribute. Okay, so let me remove it from here. Here I will write ngStyle. Now can we directly use this ngStyle here? No, it will give you error. Why? Because if you take the mouse cursor here, it will show can't bind ngStyle, since it is not a known property of div. So this issue is coming because we have not added the required prerequisite module. So now we will talk about the prerequisites. So let's go to app.component.ts file. Here in this file, in the import section, we will add common module. So once you add this common module, it will write this line in your program Okay, and once it is added, that means we have successfully imported the common module. Now once common module is imported, then you will see that error is removed from here. Okay, perfect. Now here what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to write the properties, whatever properties we want to apply, right? But here is twist. We are not going to write everything here in this file. Let's say if you are trying, let's say color is red. So we are not going to do anything like this. Instead of this, what we will do here, like this is not the right way. Okay, so what we are going to do here, we are going to create one object in the TS file, and from that TS file we will apply these property. Okay, so let me tell you again. So suppose we have curly braces, okay, and here we have applied the color, because this is the thing that we also applied in the last session, right? So let's say you want to go with this manner. Okay, so if you see the output, you will see that color is coming in a red color. Perfect. So this is one thing, but instead of writing properties, likewise we can add here font size and everything, right? But I don't want to write everything in this ngStyle. Instead of this, I want to create one object, and in that object I want to apply all these properties, and here I will directly use that property name or variable name. Okay, so let's say I want to create a property object, so I will write here property object. Okay, so right now it is showing that it does not exist in the app component, so you just need to copy it from here. Let's go to app.component.ts file. In this ts file, in app component, we will simply expand it, and here we will write property object, and now we will define the required properties. For example, I want to apply the color, so I will write here color colon and then the color name. So let's say we want blue color. Perfect. Now second thing I want to apply is the font size. Now remember one thing, these all properties are case sensitive. If something is written with a camel case, you are supposed to write it in a camel case only, otherwise it won't work. Okay, so for font size we will write like this, font size colon, and in this we will put, let's say, 70 pixels. Okay, and save it. So once I save it, it added automatically this semicolon, because I am using a editor, so it helps me to add these things. Okay, so now this object is ready. So let's go to the browser, and here you can see it is perfectly showing this text, welcome to the Sharmit podcast, which is of color blue, and the font size is also 75. Now some of you might be thinking, like, same kind of output we are getting here, then what is the benefit of using ngStyle? The first benefit of ngStyle is that you can dynamically change these properties whenever it is needed. So if you remember, in last session also I discussed one example where we discussed like how we can change the property dynamically, right? Similarly here in this case you can change the property, because now everything is declared inside this object. So in this object you can change the thing as per your requirement. Another important benefit of this, like, now you can see the code is very optimized. Why? Because this time we are applying the property object, we are not writing everything, because currently we are only applying color and size, but there might be possible there's a possibility that we might use other properties as well. So in that situation it will become bit complex to write everything in a same place. So just to avoid these kind of situations, what we will do, we will use a object inside a file, component.ts file, and from that ts file we will directly apply the properties here. Okay, so I think now we are good with the concept. Like, today we mainly focused on how to binding a component property object using ngStyle directive. Okay, and this is done. Now if you have any queries or question regarding this concept, so you can simply put it in a comment section, so that I can try to help you out there. And if you need more examples or a specific example for this concept, so you can simply ping me. So yeah, these are the all thing which I would like to share with you all in this particular session. Now from the next session we are going to start with another topic, with another concept in a very similar way with a practical example. So I hope this session is clear to all of you, and see you in the next session with new topics. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.